Oprah Winfrey, she did call. And when she and I initially talked, she said, what is it going to take to get you here in France? I said, sister, absolutely nothing. I am in the bed with my man and my children watching Curious George. Well, she kept asking questions. And at that point, Sydney got on the phone with Oprah Winfrey and they had a conversation. And when they were done speaking, she said, I totally understand. Now, I then get a call back from Lee Daniels and he said, wow, Oprah came up to me and said, you're right. She's really not impressed with all of this hoopla and awards.
Hollywood has been rocked by Oprah Winfrey's recent cancellation, which has sparked a barrage of star reactions. Allegations have been made against her throughout the years, and these have come to light because so many people have chosen to expose her and the events that are happening. Oprah's public image has significantly changed as a result of the controversy, casting doubt on her reputation as one of the most powerful people in history.
Why is she canceled? And then I know Tyler wouldn't support that. He never told nobody not to work with her. When I talked to him, he was like, nah, I never told no one not to work with her. And I said, but you Tyler Perry, and you never told anyone to work with her.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And he was like, I never looked at it like that. Because I said, you just got to consider how strong your influence is at that point.
See, Whoopi Goldberg told me the salary she makes from The View, and that hurt my feelings, that you've been there for 10 years and you accept them paying you that, and you telling me, don't worry about the little one coming up. God damn if I ain't got to be worried about you too, because you accept that salary, it makes it hard.
What I think is also interesting, you mentioning Oprah, it seemed like definitely a disappointment to see someone that you looked up to. The character didn't match your character of what you felt was also important. And I think about Whoopi Goldberg, you being a black woman stand-up comedian and you going to her show. And from what I kind of gathered, she brought up the whole Netflix thing and you guys talked about being blackballed on The View. And backstage, she tells you something in the regards of don't worry about the other ones coming behind you, worry about yourself. How do you feel initially?
Dr. Umar Johnson has weighed in on the allegations against Oprah Winfrey, emphasizing her immense power and influence. He questioned who would dare to stand against Oprah, noting her ability to cancel anyone who attempts to cancel her. According to Dr. Umar, Oprah's status as one of the most powerful individuals in the world grants her a unique position of control, making it difficult for critics to successfully challenge her.
A lot of his guests are canceling their interviews because they don't want to get blacklisted by Oprah. Who wants to be on the wrong side of Oprah in Hollywood? Who wants to be on the wrong side of Tyler Perry in Hollywood? Who wants to be on the wrong side of Steve Harvey in Hollywood? And as a result of that, Shannon Sharpe, here's what I think. I don't think they could cancel Shannon Sharpe. You know why? He's too popular. He's not about the grassroots struggle. If he was, he would date black women, and he doesn't. So Shannon Sharpe is not no freedom fighter, don't get me wrong. But his audience is the everyday black community. So how can Oprah cancel that? How can Tyler cancel that? They can stop him from getting A-list interviews. Oh, you can believe that. They're gonna stop him from getting A-list interviews. But I don't think they can stop the momentum of his platform. Congrats to my brother. I like to see black men do well. Shannon Sharpe has one of the more popular platforms. You have one of the more popular platforms. He's going to continue to grow, and I want to continue to see that. And to be honest with you,
Dr. Umar Johnson has commented on the accusations made against Oprah Winfrey, highlighting her enormous power and impact. He asked who would dare to oppose Oprah, pointing out that she has the ability to cancel anyone who tries to cancel her. Oprah has a special position of authority due to her ranking among the most powerful people in the world, which makes it difficult for her detractors to successfully criticize her.
Oprah, she's a little bit older. She has to be in tune with the young ones out there, with the younger generation. They want to see happy. They want to see color. They want to see positivity. They want to see black excellence. They want to see them achieving things. They don't want to see themselves repressed in that mommy hole. Not at all. And that is, I think, where the situation is. They consider her a handler for the higher elites. And Kat has been calling her out. Now I'm finding out for years. The thing for me is that I don't think you can destroy somebody who's not afraid. Kat is not afraid. Kat does not rely on Hollywood for anything. He is self-funded. If he never works in Hollywood again, he doesn't care. I think this bomb was the perfect storm. I'm talking about Kat Williams, the Kat Williams interview. I think it was the perfect storm. And sometimes you don't see it coming for you, but it was already set in motion when you started with a film that basically the America didn't want. Black America did not want.
Kat Williams has made no secret of his long-term goal to learn Oprah Winfrey's secrets. Unlike many others, Williams is not scared of the consequences after bringing them to light at last. Declaring with confidence that his own strong personality protects him from the possibility of being canceled because of his fearless attitude and frank demeanor, Williams asserts that he has nothing to lose and is unafraid of any possible retaliation. In his show, Joe Rogan addressed the claims made against Oprah Winfrey, stressing their seriousness and the possible effects for Oprah's legacy. Rogan has chimed in on the controversy surrounding Winfrey, suggesting that the accusations against her may have some merit.
It was completely outside of my frame of reference. I've been in show business since I was 14, and I've heard the stories of what happens, and I've seen these kinds of things play out in front of me.
Okay. When you say you heard the stories, what do you mean? What stories?
I mean, you see it before. Look, Mariah Carey made a $100 million deal, and 3 months later, she's all of a sudden mysteriously crazy. Or Martin Lawrence punches through, and he's waving a gun on the street screaming, "They're trying to kill me."
Yeah.
And it always happens around the time in their career where it seems as though they're crossing over the next plateau.
Yeah. Would you say you lost your mind, sort of?
No.
No.
Not exactly.
Okay.
I wasn't crazy, but it's incredibly stressful.
Yeah.
And I felt like in a lot of instances, I was deliberately being put through stress.
Oprah Winfrey has been the target of harsh criticism from Dave Chappelle, who claims that she acts as a Hollywood handler with the ability to end and destroy the careers of numerous people. According to Chappelle's comments, Oprah has a big say in the background, influencing people's lives and careers in the industry.
Are you a virgin?
How could you ask me that question?
I just want to know. I want to know.
I'm a gentleman.
You're a gentleman.
I'm a gentleman.
So
I'm a gentleman.
So, okay, I would interpret that to mean that means that you believe that a lady is a lady, and therefore...
That's something that's private. I mean, shouldn't be spoken about openly. You can call me old-fashioned if you want, but, to me that's very personal.
So you're not going to answer it?
I'm embarrassed.
In one of her more controversial moments, Oprah Winfrey faced criticism for an interview where she asked twin guests deeply personal questions, leading to their discomfort. This incident raised concerns about the boundaries of interview tactics and the ethical considerations of probing into private matters.
Clip that I have seen of Oprah that has been something that has upset a lot of people and upset me watching it is how she asked the Olsen twins about what size they are. I actually just watched this full interview yesterday. I find it extremely fascinating to go back and watch really old TV. So I've been watching a lot of old Barbara Walters interviews, which, those are terrible. A lot of old Oprah ones. And so I watched the full one with the Olsen twins. In this interview, instead of really trying to get to know the Olsens as individuals, they literally said in this interview that they want to be known as an individual people instead of just the Olsen twins. Tabloids and stuff kept exploiting Mary-Kate and talking about how she had an eating disorder, this, that, and the other. And it was a big, huge thing back then. And the tabloids were so mean about her. It was awful. The tabloids back then were the most toxic thing. Oprah has always just come off as this sweet, understanding woman, and you have these two kids sitting on your couch. They were 17 at the time, and if they are struggling with an eating disorder in this moment, the last thing you should ever ask them should be, what size are you?
It has been stated that Michael Jackson became irritated with Oprah Winfrey's personal and inquisitive questions during his appearance on her show. Jackson seemed uncomfortable and embarrassed by the line of questions, so he began to ignore Oprah during the conversation.
It's basically a doppelganger of Oprah. She looks so much like her. It's unreal. She is constantly getting asked about if she's Oprah. And you can imagine that it's probably in this moment extremely exciting for her to finally get on the show and to get to meet her. Only thing that Oprah can say is, you need to curl your hair. And she just keeps telling this woman that you need to curl your hair. And I'm sitting there thinking, why is she being so rude?
During one of her more contentious shows, Oprah Winfrey was criticized for an interview in which she uncomfortable her twin guests by asking them very intimate questions. This episode brought up problems regarding the appropriateness of interviewing methods and the morality of delving into personal affairs.
Out of singing, wait. Yeah. And when you are, for instance, when we were here before, you know what? I mean, all the things ever printed in the tabloid, the only thing's ever been true is when they said I couldn't dance. When we were here the last time shooting the commercial, you were like in between shots, running off, conceiving the dance, choreographing the dance. You were up all night dancing.
Oprah is renowned for her in-depth and occasionally invasive interviewing methods. But this specific incident brought to light the possible detrimental effects on guests and served as a lesson of the fine line that must be drawn between journalistic inquiry and respect for private space.
They don't like us because they not like us. They wish they were. See, you keep diluting the greatness of a people, and what you'll have is a shadow of what it was ever meant to be.
Wright's revelations add to the growing chorus of accusations against Oprah, suggesting that her immense influence has allowed her to sidestep repercussions for various wrongdoings.
How are these people able to keep going on with the career?
What do you mean?
Doing these heinous crimes.
What do you mean?
Like, I'm just saying.
You ain't never had a boy that you know did a whole bunch of dirt and you let him make it? You telling me that never happened? You never had somebody in your life who you know was dirty, who you know did dirt, and you let them make it.
I see what you're saying, but
think about that on a corporate level.
Right.
R. Kelly was the first corporately sponsored pedophile in the United States. Everybody knew. That's why I couldn't really watch that documentary, because half of the people that was in there, I can't believe he did it. You used to go get the bitch too. I watched you, dog.
There was tension on the broadcast as a result of this unexpected reaction, which raised many eyebrows.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I just wondered if you could comment on her comment about how she didn't know your whole life, and then all of a sudden you realized in that room, because I'm just getting the impression that people who are gay tend to know from birth, and you kind of disputed that. And I just wondered if somebody who is wanted to comment on what you think about that.
Oh, you're asking me?
Yeah, she's asking you, Ann.
I didn't all of a sudden feel like I'm gay. I just all of a sudden felt, ooh, I love. Wow, this is new.
For me to speak and be able to answer the questions and say what I feel. Unfortunately, that's when you're a public figure, you can't control that.
No, Bob.
So
yeah.
I'm sorry for
you see,
all
Ellen
that too.
chose to do Diane Sawyer, chose to do this show, and chose to do Time Magazine. And everything else you've seen, heard, has come from that.
I mean, I just read an article the other day in the New York Times attacking that the show would have been good if there wouldn't have been so much hype about it. So now here's another article writing about all the hype about so they're contributing to it and attacking me for it. And I haven't contributed to any of that.
Despite Jaguar Wright, who is well known for being honest and forthright, has also refuted Oprah Winfrey's claim that rich people frequently avoid taking responsibility for their wrongdoings.
I would watch Oprah be so compassionate to her guests and always talk about really important topics. That is, I think, what drove me to say, if I ever got into broadcasting, I would want to do it to help people. It would not be because I wanted to see my face on TV, which there are some people who get into this business and it's, they want to be on television. And I always said, if I do this, I want to do it in a way that impacts people and in a way that helps people.
Composes new information adds to the mounting chorus of charges against Oprah, suggesting that her enormous influence has shielded her from consequences for a number of transgressions. How are these claims being handled?
Let's talk about the three most important things that you talk about in the book. It's relationships, it's legacy, and
purpose.
Purpose
has been so misunderstood and abused. It's become this idea of trying to find out, what is my purpose? Like, what's special about me?
Yes.
And people become obsessed with that. It's like, I don't know my purpose. I can't move forward. And I think we need to take on a different definition. In many indigenous communities, the definition of purpose is about the role you play in your community, the gift you offer to meet a need in a community you're a part of. And when I do that, I'm living on purpose, and I can live on purpose all day, every day. If I see a need, what gift do I have to offer to meet it? In communities that I'm with. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. I can do it 100 times.
It's not some big thing that's out here.
I can do it 100 times a day.
That's right.
That's it. And suddenly I'm free. I don't need to find anything.
This duality highlights the complex relationship between celebrity image and reality.
One person who I really was starstruck, even to this day, bro, was Oprah, bro. I have an assistant engineer credit with her on this movie.
Hey, yo, Monzo, we got a hit, boy. That's crazy.
Look, she came in and she gave me a hug, bro, and I like felt some weird. I was like, what the f? I was like shaking kind of, and I've never felt like that ever.
Oprah,
like that.
God.
Crazy.
Just like this lady literally saves lives.
Before this conversation, Ellen DeGeneres' orientation was not publicly known. Coming out as homosexual on Oprah Winfrey's show was a historic time in television history.
Word.
All right.
And you gotta give me the first word that comes to mind.
Okay, cool.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Faith.
God.
Love.
We got that.
Masquerade.
Oprah. I keep seeing it like it's growing and growing, and I see the set.
We was just talking about this in here the other day. Oh my God, I'm gonna keep going. Light, something too. No, I love that. And it's funny because I had a crack up on Oprah. We were just in here last week and we were talking about it. I was like, I think I tapped into my inner Oprah with my cut, you know, when she got fired.
Yeah, I feel like that was
Chicago, and she's like, okay, I'm ready.
Yep,
I'm ready. So that's definitely made me
so
laugh.
you ready?
But we're grinding. We're here for sure.
There are still some people who are influenced by her in spite of these claims. The influence of Oprah Winfrey is extensive. Outside of her role on television as a media-renowned author and philanthropist, she has affected millions of people, changed public perception, and sparked social change.
My mom used to work for Oprah Winfrey, yeah. She was her flight attendant on her private airplane.
Okay, that's pretty sick.
There's way better people to flex on than Oprah Winfrey.
No, I don't think that there is, actually. I think
Oprah Winfrey sucks.
Oprah's dope as
I hate Oprah.
Why do you hate Oprah?
I have a personal reason to hate Oprah. She took my mom away from me, so
Just like because she had work?
Yeah, my mom would be like 2 weeks in Africa. Hey, I'm gonna go to Nelson Mandela's house. I'm gonna go to Africa for 2 weeks.
Dope. What are you hating for?
My parents were gone a lot during my childhood. That's traumatic. My dad's a pilot as well, not for Oprah, but he was a Delta pilot. So my dad flew a 747. So they were gone a lot. I had nannies growing up.
I can understand how that would be hard.
So it's just, you know, I have a personal reason to not like Oprah. I don't really watch her in the media, so I don't care about that shit.
I just know she's like wicked nice. That's it. I mean, hopefully nothing Ellen comes out about Oprah. So.
And then you see my head shaking.
She's not nice.
No, not really.
Interesting.
Sorry, Oprah.
Millions of people looked up to Oprah Winfrey because of her genuine, wise, and compassionate persona, which she built over the years. However, new claims suggest that her public persona may have concealed darker sides to her behavior and life.
What I want to know is who is your celebrity who you are literally like ride or die for? Like you literally love this celebrity and you support their rights and you support their wrongs. You support their fumbles and you also support the bag. Like you're literally there day in, day out. You're with their content. You're supporting them. You're lifting them up. For me, it's Miss Oprah Winfrey. I have been an Oprah stan since I was literally a child. When I would get home from elementary school, Oprah would be on at 4 p.m. every single day.
This duality draws attention to the nuanced interplay between celebrity perception and truth.
I was literally watching just like all of these interesting romantic stories and like relationships and family drama. And it was just so interesting. And so I immediately was like, okay, I'm a fan. As I got a little older, I got into her books, her podcasts, the OWN Network. I got into Ayanna Van Zandt, one of the women that she works with who does an awesome TV show. I started watching all of the Oprah shows. I started watching, I rewatched the actual Oprah show talk show. And then I also started watching Super Soul Sunday, which is the best thing that's ever happened to me. I've listened to all of the podcast episodes. I love this woman. I've read all of her books. I literally love this woman. She can do no wrong to me. If someone's beefing with her, I'm on her side. I don't even need to know what it's about.
Oprah's show became a mainstay in many homes because of her exceptional ability to connect with both her guests and fans. 18. Oprah's consistent popularity was proof of her captivating personality and the show's relevancy, which helped to make Oprah a household name and an important part of many people's everyday lives. However, recent accusations have stunned a lot of her fans, leaving them feeling surprised and betrayed. The disclosures throw doubt on the romanticized view that many people have of Oprah, making it difficult for them to balance their enthusiasm for her with these new allegations. Nevertheless, a sizable portion of fans keep on standing by her as she emphasizes the complexities of fan allegiance and the challenges of challenging ingrained beliefs. Regardless of the controversy, admiration for a celebrity usually results in steadfast support. In Oprah's case, many followers continue to support her because they know the great impact she has had on both their lives and society. That ends today's video. Tune in for the next one.